Hi, welcome to Art of Change Therapy. My name is Itai. In my intro video, I promised to make another video talking about hypnotherapy, psychotherapy plus hypnosis. And if you haven't seen my intro video, you're welcome to scroll up and watch it. But for this video, what I would like to talk about is when I say hypnotherapy or when I say psychotherapy, what do I mean? And for you, like, what will be the best therapy module that will help you to make the biggest change? Now, this is a good question because there are hundreds of, like, I think like 400 or 600 or even more psychotherapy schools. We have now quite a lot of information that comes from many research throughout the years and from different parts of the world that says what really works, which therapy or what in the therapy is working. There is a story that I've been told when I study, and I like to share it with you. It's an old story, it's an ancient story from the poet Rumi, and the story about a town that the people of the town never seen an elephant in their life. And in one really dark night, someone brought an elephant and they put it on a hill in a hangar, in a really dark hangar. And the rumor that there is an elephant started to spread throughout the town, and all the brave and smart people went up to the hill and went to look for that elephant. And they sneak in, and it was really dark. And they noticed that there is something really big in the middle. And each one went from a different direction. And one of them was holding his stomach, and he said, like, elephant is like a whale on land. And the other one that's holding his leg said, like, no, 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 no. Elephant is like a pillar that can move. And the one that hold his trunk said, like, oh, no, no. Elephant is like a snake floating in the air. And so on and so forth. And they went out of there and they told it to anyone that were willing to listen. And they wrote books, and their followers, the students wrote more books and interpretation and on their experience. Now, this story has been written about religion, but it's really fit here because when we're looking at a person and we're looking at human problems or issues, we cannot look at only one side. We need to take the elephant out to the sunlight and see that the elephant is more than his parts, that we need to look from the whole, as the whole and from all direction to understand how elephant looks. And it's the same with us. We are not only cognitive or only behavioral or only interpersonal or only this or only that, everything. So we need to look at as many angles to like a detective a bit, like to find what will be the right motivation or where we find the right resources that will help you to move in the fastest and the most effective way. And sometimes it's more than one, it's like many small things that will make it the most effective. So there is no one perfect way. Of course, the right technique in the right time for the right person can be a miracle, but we cannot be only dependent on a theory or a model or a technique because we're missing a whole lot of opportunities. One of my hobbies is cooking. I love cooking, and I can see it kind of, there is similarity. You can buy a ready-made dinner and put it in the microwave and eat it. fine, but then you really limited to what you've been given. In the other hand, you can buy all the ingredients and have all the vegetables and the spices and the herbs, and from that you can make so many different so much the variety of different dishes from the same ingredients. I remember that years ago I went to France, and we came back from somewhere. It was really late, and the guy said, like, the house is empty. There is really nothing to eat. We need to probably order something. And I was like, I was like, I took it as a motivation. I was like, what do you mean there is nothing? And I went to the kitchen, and probably like half an hour later, I came out with 3-course meal to everyone. And my friend said, like, it's impossible. Where did you find those things? Like, I didn't even know that I have those things in my pantry. Now, this is really true when I'm working with people. Many people have in their pantry, in part of them, resources, abilities that either they put there and they forgot about it, or they didn't make the connection that something can help them in a different place. We much more likely to follow something that we already have within us and bringing out than trying to introduce something new. And sometimes we do need to learn new skills, but many times what we need is just to reconnect with the power that we already have. The same is like those ingredients in the pantry, they sometimes hidden. And this is where we're going into the hypnosis part. Now, hypnosis has a lot of connotation from books, from movies, from stage performance. So if we're taking off like the name and we see the process of hypnosis, it's the way that the brain is learning or getting information into the unconscious level or the instinctive level, okay, the automatic pilot. People don't choose, they don't consciously blush in a social situation, or they don't, getting a phobia, they don't afraid of the spider. Consciously, they know that this small spider cannot hurt them, but it feels like a huge monster, and the reaction is like it's a huge, dangerous monster. So this is where like the cognitive part, like the conscious part, doesn't really help, because as much as you trying to explain and they know, it won't help. We need to work on the instinctive part of the brain. So when a person that used to suffer from a phobia or from a trauma doesn't have those response anymore, it means that the instinctive part of the autopilot, if you want, or the unconscious, learn something new, or got a new blueprint that is more beneficial for you. So yeah, there are some therapists that do work on, that do have like knowledge, a lot of knowledge in psychotherapy, but they don't have the hypnosis part. And there are many hypnotherapists that can get people into hypnosis and have a lot of knowledge, but then as well they miss the psychology part, the psychotherapy part. So really bringing everything together, as many possibilities into the most effective treatment for you. So if you have any other question, or you want to book a session, all you need to do is press the button below and let's talk.